What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Pro Wrestling Weekly Update. Now, before we get started, see the button, subscribe, and you can get great weekly updates about pro wrestling every week. Also, if there's something I say that you like, dislike, agree with, disagree with, whatever, rate it, comment on this video. Let me know what you're thinking. Give me your ideas, your comments, and I'll shoot back some answers. Now, before I get into this week's thoughts and ideas and comments and whatever shoots out of me, I want you to go to www. Now, after this video's over, wait till the video's over because you want to hear everything I got to say first. But for your dedicated indie wrestling source, go check out www.beforethemusicplays.com. Now, this is a newly launched website. It was just launched on the 1st of February. But this website is growing real quick. We're already at over 3,000 views. We was up to like 700 views in our first day. So that's not too bad in 2 weeks, especially when it's all about indie wrestling. Now, I don't always talk about just indie wrestling, but since I'm an indie wrestling promoter and I own Squared Circle Wrestling Alliance and I work along with other indie companies, you know, you got to put the indies out there. Why? Well, because without the indies, there would be no wrestling, period. That's just straight up, that's what the deal is. So this week, my intentions are to talk about TNA, then we're going to move on and talk about Wrestlemania. So, first, TNA, against all odds. It was an okay pay-per-view. If I was going to rate it between 1 and 5, I'd probably give it about a 3.5. Excuse me, the Kazarian Robbie E match was good, but it was just blown. It could have been a lot more of a surprise, but you know, that's just the way TNA, they dropped the ball on that one. Devon versus Bubba Ray, that was just like overdone and just too much over the top and a waste of time in my opinion. Mickie James, Madison Rayne. I like the fact that Madison Rayne kept the title. Now, you know, yeah, I'm not going to talk about the rest of the matches, but let's move on to the main event. Mr. Anderson versus Jeff Hardy for the TNA World Heavyweight title. Well, you know, ladder match, Jeff Hardy's match, the match that made him famous, the match he made famous, whatever you want to call it. Everything I expected plus more. Two great competitors, extremely awesome match, and yes, I'm happy Jeff Hardy is the new champion. 2-time, 3-time, 4-time, whatever you want to call it, but he's definitely 2-time Immortal Champion. But you know what? I don't think this Immortal thing is going to go the way most of you think. So we'll just see how it plays out through next coming weeks. But if you're in the North Carolina area, February 24th, Fayetteville, North Carolina, TNA Live, Impact taping, come check it out. I'll be there. I wouldn't be anywhere else. So, I know most of my fans know that I don't really talk about the WWE, but something really happened. And I've been hearing all the rumors, and you know, I get a lot of stuff emailed to me, and I read a lot of different sources and this, that, and the other, and I've had sources that were right on the money, and I knew this one was going to be right on the money. But before I was going to speak about the WWE, because in my opinion they've just, you know, really been dead to me in the last 7 years, I heard about The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, now strictly entertainment. And I was like, okay, well, they've talked about The Rock coming back to WWE before, and he never did. He said he wasn't going to. You know, The Rock left, 7 or 8 years ago to pursue making movies because he knew he could make more money making movies and not hurting his body and everything. Because, you know, in the wrestling world, until you step in that ring and you go at it, you really don't know what it does to their body. And I'm going to tell you something, you know, it hurts. And people can say wrestling's fake all they want. You know what? Most of the people, I'm just going to say straight up, the people who are saying that, you're fake. Pro wrestling's real. The people are fake. So, getting back to The Rock, I heard The Rock was coming back. So I was like, well, most of the rumors and most of the sources are pretty much all saying the same thing. So I sent an email to somebody that, you know, I got contacted in the WWE office, because I used to be a WWF headquarters store before they dropped all that and they handled all their merchandising on their own. And got the email back and they said, yeah, The Rock's coming to WrestleMania. The Rock's back in the WWE. Also, The Rock's already picked who he's going after. And it's none other than John Cena. So I was like, okay, well, I'll turn the DVR on and I'll sit here and I'll record it. And then I started thinking, well, maybe I should go on and cut the weekly update. But no, I decided to wait. And then, about 2 minutes to 11, you hear the music. And I got excited, I have to admit. I finally got excited about the WWE for the first time in 7 to 8 years. Because finally, the WWE had been able to do something right. Because they've tried to get The Rock to come back, but they didn't. You know, yeah, a few years ago, Stone Cold got put into the Hall of Fame, and that was extremely awesome. But, you know, we all know Stone Cold's body is, you know, damaged from wrestling, and that's a man that I don't see back in the wrestling. You know, I hate that, but that's life. But seeing The Rock out there, that was cool. Because now the WWE basically has an opportunity to redo, and you know, they've made a lot of mistakes in the last few years, and it's because they haven't had the right characters to be able to do it. Because there is no one that's been in the WWE in a long time that can get on a microphone and talk like the People's Champ, the most electrifying man, you know, lay the smacker down. I mean, The Rock is the man. Now, don't get me wrong, Stone Cold will always be my favorite. But The Rock, when he can get on a microphone, he can make anybody and everybody want to listen. So now, WrestleMania is getting interested. And then he does exactly what the sources told me. He says that he wants to meet one certain person face to face. Mr. John Cena. And he had some selective words to say about John Cena, and it was just extremely hilarious. So, I want to know everybody's thoughts. What do y'all think? Because I guarantee you there's a lot of old school fans out there, like myself, you know, in your mid-30s and older, that loved the Attitude Era. And to see The Rock come back, it makes a whole different, it makes just the love come right back. Now, don't get me wrong, I will still say, and I still believe, the WWE is all entertainment. It's not professional wrestling, and I love professional wrestling first, entertainment second. When you can blend the two of them together, then you got the best. But when it comes to entertainment, The Rock is the best. So remember, check out the dedicated indie wrestling source, www.beforethemusicplays.com. Live every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have my live talk show right there on beforethemusicplays.com. We talk about the indie wrestling shows in the North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Ohio, New Jersey, all the way up to Canada. And also, if you're an indie promoter and you got a promotion, go to the website, go to the Contact Us, submit your promotion, submit your events, get free advertisement. We'll put you out there. So, until next week, this is the Pro Wrestling Weekly Update. Don't forget, comment, rate, let me know what you think. See you next week, people.